Hello everyone, my name is Vanessa Rotoni, BS Entrepreneurship 1 student, and this is my infotainment in Rizal, titled The Second Homecoming and the La Liga Filipina. Rizal described his second homecoming as follows. I arrived at Manila on June 26, 1892, Sunday at 12 noon. I was met by many carabineers headed by a major. There were in addition one captain and one sergeant of the veteran civil guard. I came down with my luggage and they inspected me at the custom house. From there, I went to the Hotel de Oriente where I occupied room number 22 facing the Church of Binondo. In afternoon at 4 o'clock, he went to Malacañang Palace to seek audience with the Spanish Governor-General, General Eulogio Despujol, Conde de Caspe. He was told to come back at the night, at 7 o'clock. Promptly at 7 p.m., he returned to Malacañang and was able to confer with Governor-General Despujol, who agreed to pardon his father but not the rest of the family, and told him to return on Wednesday, June 29. After his brief interview with the Governor-General, he visited his sisters in the city, first Narcisa and later July 6, 1982, Wednesday. Rizal went to Malacañang to resume his series of interviews with Governor-General. The Governor-General showed some printed leaflets were entitled Pobres Frailes. Rizal denied having those leaflets. Despite his denial and insistent demand for investigation, he was placed under arrest and escorted to Fort Santiago by Ramon Despujol, the nephew and aide of Governor-General. July 7, 1982, Thursday. Gaceta de Manila published the story of Rizal's arrest, the same issue the gubernatorial decree gave him. The reasons for Rizal's deportation as follows. First, Rizal published books and articles abroad which showed his loyalty to Spain, which were frankly anti-Catholic and prudently anti-friar. Second, a few hours after his arrival, there was found in his packages a bundle of handbills entitled Pobres Frailes. His novel, El Filibusterismo, was dedicated to the memory of the three traitors. Fourth, the end to which the pursues in his efforts and writings is to tear from the loyal Filipino breeds the treasures of our Catholic. July 15, 1982, 12:30 a.m. Rizal was brought under heavy guard to the steamer Cebu, which was sailing to Dapitan at 1 a.m. The steamer under Captain Delgras departed sailing south, passing Mindoro and Panay. The founding of the La Liga Filipina. On July 3, 1892, Sunday evening, Rizal attended a meeting of the Patriots at the home of the Chinese-Filipino Mestizo on Ilaya Street, Tondo, Manila. Rizal explained the objectives of the La Liga Filipina, a civic league of the Filipinos. He presented the constitution of the Liga which he had written in Hong Kong. The Patriots were impressed and approved the establishment of the La Liga. The La Liga Filipina, or the Philippine League, was a progressive organization created by Dr. Jose Rizal in the Philippines in the house of Doroteo Onjungco at Ilaya Street, Tondo, Manila, in 1892. The organization derived from La Solidaridad and the propaganda movement. The purpose of La Liga Filipina is to build a new group sought to involve the people directly in the reform movement. The League was to be sort of mutual aid and self-help society, dispensing scholarship funds and legal aid, loaning capital and setting up cooperatives. The League became of threat to Spanish authorities that they arrested Rizal on July 6, 1892 on Dapitan. During the exile of Rizal, the organization became inactive. through the efforts of Domingo Franco and Andres Bonifacio. It was reorganized. The organization decided to declare its support for La Solidaridad and the reforms it advocated, raise funds for the paper, and defray the expenses of deputies, advocating reforms for the country before the Spanish Cortes. Eventually, after some disarray in the leadership of the group, the Supreme Council of the League dissolved the society. The Liga membership split into two groups. The conservatives formed the Cuerpo de Compromisarios, which pledged to continue supporting the La Solidaridad, while the radicals led by the Bonifacio devoted themselves to a new secret society